with approval voting, individuals could have voted for both Tom Tancredo and Dan Mays.
Welcome to Free Colorado News. I'm Ari Armstrong. Recently I interviewed political activist Frank Atwood on voting alternatives.
This is Frank Atwood, and I'm talking about approval voting here in Colorado. About 4 years ago, John Kafalis in the state legislature passed legislation for instant runoff voting, also called ranked voting, to be implemented throughout the state municipalities, and was experimented with out in Aspen, which has subsequently changed its rules and dropped instant runoff voting. It's now on the ballot in Fort Collins. I happen to be supportive of approval voting. In instant runoff voting, you rank your candidates on the ballot. In different situations, parts of California, only the top three vote-getting ranked individuals will be in the runoff, but in theory, with instant runoff voting, you whittle away the first choices that had very low turnout, and those go to their second choice and move back up until you have a winning candidate. Approval voting is far simpler. Approval voting is let the voter vote for more than one candidate. Remove the vote for only one restriction.
And then the one with the most votes overall?
One with the most votes. In quite a number of municipalities here in the Front Range, there's multi-seat elections, such as in Denver, there's 2 at large. Boulder, I believe they're all at large. In Littleton, there's 2 at large. The top voter in Littleton, the top candidate gets the 4-year seat, and the second vote getter gets the 2-year seat, and everyone else is out of the running. The voters are allowed to cast for the 2 open seats, 2 votes. What I would like, if it were implemented in Littleton, is that the voter could vote for perhaps all but one of the candidates, and he could cast votes for all but one of the candidates, and if there's somebody he really despises, he can vote for everyone else. You're not left with having 2 very precious votes being cast for the people. You're not fearing wasting your vote. Here in third parties sabotage their philosophical allies. Talking with Tom Tancredo, the ACP was sabotaged by the Republican Party here in Colorado. They were the minor party in the governor's race. They sabotaged, and the 2 of them fought and squabbled for votes that prevented them from then challenging the Democrat. With approval voting, individuals could have voted for both Tom Tancredo and Dan Mays. Third parties sabotage their philosophical allies. The question is the wasted vote syndrome. How do you rectify that conundrum and dilemma that the voter faces in the current system? And the easiest solution is let the voter vote for more than one candidate. You as the voter in approval voting have to decide where you're going to draw the line on your preference. For an individual who might hate Democrats, he might vote for everyone except the Democrat because that's where his threshold line is. In your hypothetical situation, where I believe you were staunchly supportive of Tancredo, lukewarm on Mays, and did not want Hickenlooper. In this situation, you'd have to decide if you thought Mays was the one that was going to win, you might say, I'm going to cast with my principles for Tom Tancredo, vote for Mays because he has a chance of winning, and draw the line at that point. If you thought that Mays was the minor inconsequential candidate in the race, you very likely would go with Tom Tancredo only. Let's say hypothetically, very strange, you're both a Green advocate and a Tancredo advocate. This permits you to vote for both of them. Express the social tolerance from one and the fiscal responsibility from the other.
Check out my book about Harry Potter's heroic fight for values at valuesofharrypotter.com.